Hello and welcome to Grammar Lesson 8. So let's begin like we always do. At the top of the page, go ahead and put down the word date, the month, the day, and the year. Across from that, write down the word grammar. Lesson number 8. Beneath that, you're going to skip a line. Put down the word prepositions. Prepositions. In parentheses there, put the word or the abbreviation for that, which is prep, P-R-E-P. And then we'll put in a colon. Underneath prepositions, I'd like you to skip 2 lines. Then on that third line down, write these words. Preps show relationships of, and then put a colon. So once again, preps show a relationship of, and then a colon. I'm going to slide the screen a little bit so we can see this more easily. Underneath that, you have prep show relationships of and a colon, and then we've got 3 different ways here. So watch the spacing, gets a little bit tricky here. First is time, and then a colon. We'll be using examples to help explain this. Second is space, and a colon. And the third one is direction, and a colon. Skip a space after direction, and then we'll be moving on with the next one. So once again, we got prep show the relationship of, time, space, and direction. Then we've skipped a line and we put down this. Preps are like the signs in mathematics. Preps are like the signs in mathematics. Now before you write down anything else after that, I think I'm going to change a little bit here. I'm going to pull this off. I want to move it down a little bit further. Alright. So let's head back up to the top of the page. If you didn't get all that, don't worry. We'll all be down here together in just a second. But let's get started. So let's start with a definition of prepositions, and then we'll find out what that definition actually means. So a definition of a preposition is a word that shows the relationship between its object and another word in the sentence. Okay. So it's a word that shows the relationship between its object and another word in the sentence. So next we have prepositions show the relationships of, and then we have down here time, space, and direction. So let me give you an example here. Tom finished before Jerry. Tom finished before Jerry. So what we have here is before is the preposition, and it shows the relationship between finished and Jerry. Okay? Now, we could throw other words in there as well. That would also work in this sentence. So let me give you some examples down below of some additional time-related prepositions. So we have there up above before. You could say during. We'd need to change the sentence around a little bit for that one to work. But we could say during, after, while, and we'll just put etc. here because there are lots of them. All these words here are prepositions, and they show a relationship between when the finished happened in relation to Jerry. All right, so let's look at space. Number 2, prep show the relationship of space. So here's another example. Tom sat near Jerry. So the only word in here that has anything to do with relationship of space is the word near. So down below, let me give you some other ones that we could use. We could say next. Typically that would be used as next to. And then this doesn't make so much sense in this particular sentence, but they're still prepositions. Over, under, let's see what else. Beside. Okay, and we'll put etc. here because there are lots of those as well, depending on what type of sentence you're using. Number 3 down here is direction. So prepositions also show the relationship of direction. So write this sentence down. Tom went to Jerry's house. Tom went to Jerry's house. All right. In this sentence, the word that is showing the direction of how Tom went is to. Let's put down from, toward, and let's see what else. Away. We'll put down etc. after that because we have lots of those additional ones as well. I'm going to move this down a little bit just because I'm having trouble writing. Sorry about the sloppy handwriting here. Put direction at the top. Okay, so they show relationships in time, space, and directions. Now, we wrote this down already. Preps are like the signs in mathematics. And let me explain that out here next to the dash. So go ahead and write this down. They are small, common, and powerful. Let me redo that. They are small, common, and powerful. So if you think in mathematics, this symbol right here means to subtract. Okay? This symbol means to add. It changes everything. If I have 2 minus 2, that's very different than 2 plus 2. That $100 bill, go ahead and finish with this. That $100 bill is, and then leave a blank and put the word you. That $100 bill is blank you. Now go ahead and make a underline here. And let's put down these 2 words, from and for. Okay, so that $100 bill is from you or for you. Those are 2 very, very different things. I know which one I would rather it be. Underline $100 bill. And underneath that, I want you to write another word in the sentence. Another word in the sentence. And let's go ahead and draw an arrow up here so we know what we're referring to. So the $100 bill, according to our definition of a preposition, the $100 bill is going to serve as another word in the sentence. Underneath from or for, write prep. And let's go ahead and underline you. And underneath that, put its object. So when we said that a preposition is a word that shows a relationship between its object and another word in the sentence, we look at this preposition. Let's just choose from. From is showing the relationship between the $100 bill and you. Okay? So let's do some examples here. Go ahead and write down, I felt sick. Put a blank, and then put down the word dinner. I felt sick, blank, dinner. So let's use a relationship of time here. I'm going to show the relationship between when I felt sick and dinner. And I want to talk about time. Those two things in relation to each other as far as time is concerned. So go ahead and out here on the outside, write down a couple words that you think might show that relationship. I'll give you an example. After. Okay, so I felt sick after dinner. That's a preposition showing the relationship of time. So go ahead and give two more. Put two more down there, just off the top of your head. I've gone ahead and added two more of my own. Perhaps they might be the same as yours. If not, you can add these down there as well. So I felt sick before, during, or after dinner. Before, during, and after being prepositions showing the relationship of feeling sick and dinner. All right, let me give you another sentence here. My paper airplane flew, and then put down a line. Yours. So I'll give you an example here. My favorite paper airplane flew beside is the one I'll choose. So you try a couple here. I'll add some more. I've put down beyond and near. Okay, both of those things show relationship of space. My paper airplane flew beyond, beside, or near yours. You might have chosen something different there. Let me give one more example. Please set your phone and then a line, and then the table. I'll give you the obvious one. Please set your phone on the table. I could also say, go ahead and put down a couple of yours. I'll put down mine up here. I could say, please set your phone on the table, near the table, under the table, beside the table. All of those would be prepositions showing the relationship between the phone and the table. Okay. Alright, so let's put this to practice. If you have some time right now in class, go ahead and write down 1, 2, let's go all the way to, let's do 2 columns, but let's go all the way to 10. 5, over here I'll put down 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so these are on your paper right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you 10 sentences. Each sentence has some prepositions in it. Most times they'll have 2 prepositions in it. And I want you to write down on the line next to the number of the sentence the words that you believe are the prepositions. So I'm going to pull up the paper. I'm going to give you some time to do that, and then I'll come back with the answers. So let me get the paper up. Alright, so here we have the paper. It says there are at least 2 prepositions in each sentence. So you don't need to recopy the sentence. All I want you to do is take a look at these sentences. We're going to look at 1 through 10. And I want you to try to find the preposition in the sentence. Remember, prepositions are going to show the relationship between 2 different things. And they're going to do so in time, space, or direction. So go ahead and hit pause. Write down what you think. There are 2 in every sentence, except number 9 has 3. The rest have 2. Alright, so I'll be back with the answers. Go ahead and hit pause and take care of that. Okay, so I'm going to move pretty quickly because you should just have 2 answers down on your paper. So let's go here. We have after. After is a preposition of time. It's saying that the cutting of the fence happened after they snuck into the secret government base. Second one here is into. That's showing us how we snuck into the base. Could have gone around the base. We were looking for, that's a hidden one. For the document shows we were looking for the documents that were hidden under the generator. There was a guard hiding in the closet with a dart gun, hiding in the closet as opposed to outside the closet. And with is also a preposition. We could say without would be a preposition. Before he spotted us, we tried to sneak by him. This is like number 1. We start with a preposition of time. Before he spotted us, we tried to sneak by him. That's a preposition of direction. Some might say it's a preposition of space. He grabbed my friends by the neck, but I snuck up behind him and karate chopped him. He grabbed my friend by, here we have by again, the neck, but I snuck up behind him and karate chopped him. Some might argue that up is a preposition talking about how we snuck. Others might actually hyphenate this. So either way. The guard fell on the ground and we crept into the elevator. The guard fell on the ground and we crept into the elevator. Both of those are prepositions of space. Actually, into would be a direction, I guess. The red lights above us started spinning around and flashing red. The red lights above us started spinning around and flashing red. We were near the generator, when a bunch of guards ran out of the break room. Number 9, we hid under a cardboard box until, that's a preposition of time, they ran by us. It's the 3rd time we've seen by. Number 10, we ran toward, it's a preposition of direction, the generator, and snuck under the bridge. Those are your answers, 1 through 10. I hope we did well. If not, make sure you review your notes. Prepositions seem easy at first, but for some reason they end up tricky. Alright, that'll do it for lesson number 8 in Grammar Level 1. See you at lesson number 9.